Hi everyone, my name is Davor and I'm a Master of Education student at UBC. Today I'll be doing the Van de Graaff generator demonstration. This should ideally come after you've watched the electrostatics demonstration. Before I start the demonstration, I'd like to speak a little bit about the setup, especially on the day when there's a lot of kids running around. You want to isolate the Van de Graaff generator somewhere in the corner of the room. You want it away from electrical equipment like computers and laptops, and you yourself should not have any electrical equipment on you like a mobile phone. We also don't want kids running around and touching the generator or getting close to it, as they can get shocked. Make sure between every demonstration to ground the generator using the rod. In order to do this, it needs to be connected to the power to be able to ground, because that's how it goes into the ground. Before you switch it into the power though, make sure that it's in the zero position, so in the off position. And warn any parents that might have pacemakers not to get close to the generator. Not even touching the generator, but getting close, even this distance, is close enough for them to get shocked, as I found out myself. We also have a crate set up here, which will be used as part of the demonstration. We use a yellow crate, as we found that that's the best type of color for an insulator, at least for crates. If you don't have a crate, you can also use a rubber mat or a plastic chair. Now, for my next demonstration, I'm going to need a volunteer. But before I call out my volunteer, again, I make sure it's off and it's grounded. All right. My volunteer today will be Professor Marina Milner-Bulletin. And because my hair is more beautiful and it's very dry, I will play the role of the volunteer in this case. I will be standing on the crate and touching the generator, but in a normal situation you will get the volunteer to stand on the crate.
3.
So the first step is you get the volunteer to step on the crate and to put their hand on the Van de Graaff. Again, remember, we made sure that it was discharged before this happened. All right. After that, you will be turning on, once again, slowly the generator. Make sure that they don't take their hand off the generator and that they don't step down. And make sure that you're standing far away from them, because if you're close, you can discharge them just like we discharged the Van de Graaff. All right. I can feel my body becoming charged as the Van de Graaff builds up. Should start seeing my hair start to lift from my head. Woo. And your skin might feel a little tingly. Can you see my hair? Alright, the next step is to turn off the generator. So what do you think is happening with my hair? Well, it's the same thing that happens with the ribbons. The hair is all charged the same, it's either positively charged or negatively charged, and all the hairs are repelling each other off my head. So what do you think will happen if I take my hand off the generator? Okay, you will tell the volunteer, who is me right now, to take their hand off the generator. Well, look at that. My hair is still standing up. That's because I'm standing on the crate, which we said is an insulator. So it's stopping the charges from going from my body to the ground. So what do you think will happen when I step off the crate? All right, you can tell the volunteer to step off. Can you see my hair, or most of my hair, should have dropped because the charges went from my body into the ground. Now when the volunteer steps off the crate, make sure they don't go back to the generator, because the generator is still charged. And that is why you get them to step back, and you will discharge the generator using the rod. All right?
And this is turned off as well.
And that is turned off. All right.
And Davor, can you please show your shoes? Some of the kids might have rubber shoes, which are insulating. That's
Yeah.
why part of your hair, it feels it's still not down. And if Davor touches me,
If
we
I
can
if
get
I take off my
discharged.
shoe, and if I put my foot down on the ground without my shoe, I can make sure that all the charge is
Yes.
left. So you might want to ask some kids to take off their shoes before this experiment.